Kia ora everyone. Welcome to the Unable Seaman podcast, the podcast designed to take a light-hearted look at all things boating and fishing in New Zealand. My name is Jake Kerr, I'm your host, and joining me today is my best mate, first mate and co-host Christian Jensen. G'day mate, how are you?
Oh man, Primo. It's
How's,
good to be here.
How's lockdown treating you?
I've done everything I can do on the boat, and now I've got to do shit around the house.
Yeah, no, I've just been doing stuff around the house. I've forgotten what a boat looks like, which is sort of why this podcast has come around. We, as mentioned, are in a level 4 lockdown, and we haven't been able to get anywhere near the water, or for me, anywhere near a boat. And we've figured out that what's the next best thing of being on the water is talking about being on the water. So here's where the podcast was born.
Yeah, mate, that's so true. It's so true. It's going to be good.
So just for those who are tuning in, first of all, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you are going to like and subscribe and listen to upcoming episodes. I also should mention our Instagram at Unable Seaman. You can connect with us there, you can contact us there, and you can also see posts that we're going to make, particularly around this podcast, which a topic today I'm quite excited about. And I think it's a topic that every man who's involved in a boat would have spoken about around the table at some point. What do you reckon?
Oh man, dreams and aspirations. That's what it's all about, eh? Bigger and better, buddy.
Bigger and better. Yeah. Someone once told me the more money you have, the more you have to spend it on, or something like that. And that's sort of what today's podcast is. Dream boats for 500k or less.
Yes, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting because we both have like similarities in our interests and what we think a boat should do. But also there's times when I'm like, Jake, really?
Yeah, I found this really tough. I found this really, really tough. I'm sure everyone who's listening has done their, if you win lotto, what would you get? And we decided to put the $500,000 limit in because it'd be very easy for me to just sit here and go, I'd have a 72-foot Riviera, and you'd go, so would I, and that would be the end of the conversation. Wouldn't be very engaging for our listeners. Is that right?
That's true. It's true. I wouldn't mind checking. So is this 500k? Like we're already talking about loopholes and stuff. Is it like 500k, $500,000 exact, or is it 500,000? Plus or minus, or plus 50k?
I'm very pleased you brought that up, actually, because as mentioned, I found this tough. I've done a little bit of, I think it's Swedish rounding. Is it? You're a little bit 10%.
Yeah, you're probably using a different. Yeah, are you using a different currency too?
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah, we didn't specify what dollar amount or currency we were operating in.
Let's say we're in New Zealand dollars, so I can hear how much yarning you've got to do about whatever boats you've got, because I'm pretty interested, And let's talk about this. How many boats were we to choose?
Well, I'm not sure how you've done this. So just to give listeners a bit of background, we discussed that we were going to do this podcast and discussed our limits, and that was pretty much it. We've left it to be a surprise. So what Christian's about to tell me, I have no idea. You will be hearing at the same time I will be.
I already imagine what Jake's going to tell me, some garbage.
And same for him. He's not heard what I've said. Now, I have broken mine down into 5 categories. Okay, and it's just because I had to have a boat from every category, and again, it was just so tough within those categories, and I've broken those down. So, just before we get into today's chit chat, we are going to be doing monthly episodes with a different topic every month. Obviously, today we are talking about boats for 500k or less. Let's get the chat underway.
That's the one.
Okay, bro. So here we are. Boats for 500k or less.
Yep.
Oh, who's going to go first?
I reckon
you're the guest.
I'm the guest. So you're going to let me go first. We'll do one for one.
We'll do one for one.
But I know I'll do one and you'll do like one, and then 1A, 1B, 1C, da 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 da. But it's okay. It's okay. We know how you roll, so it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, bro. Get us into
Yeah.
it.
I'll tick you into it. So my first one, I'm going to go for trailerable.
Okay.
I'm going to go for trailerable, and I'm looking outside. You know, behind me in this photo is, this background is Wellington Harbour. It's Wellington Harbour from like the Thorndon side, and it's not always like that.
I was going to say, looking like the one day you could actually get out on Wellington Harbour, from what I can see.
Yeah, it does look like a beautiful day. We have to share this photo actually so everyone can see it. But normally Wellington is a sloppy mess with 50 knots on the nose. So I've got a boat for that. We can take it to East Coast, West Coast, South Coast. It's big enough to take, you and four mates easily and sleep in it. It's got a 350 horsepower V8 on the back, bolted to the back.
My interest is peaking.
Yeah. Yep. Or you can change it to whatever you want. I've gone for a single because I like dirty single outboards. It's aluminium. It's 22.5 feet long, and it's pontoon. I'll let you guess it.
Pontoon, Stabicraft or Senator are the only two that come to mind. And now, knowing you wouldn't have gone Stabicraft because that's too obvious. You've gone Senator.
Meow, meow, meow. I have gone for a Stabicraft 2250 Ultra Cab.
Oh, the world's ugliest boat. Okay.
Yep.
Righto.
Hear me out. They recently released a great video. Awesome advertising. They got this young dude called, I think he's called like Salt Expeditions or something, and he takes amazing underwater footage. They put him together with a couple of other guys.
I'm just going to jump in there. Underwater footage being the key thing, because that's probably the only angle from that boat where it doesn't look horrific.
Well, okay. Yep. Fair call. It does have the forward-facing sort of pilot house windscreen. Yep, and it is pretty angular. But to the listeners out there, Jake is calling the kettle black because he has a Bayliner 1970 something.
Oh, straight into it.
Sorry, was it too soon to bring it in?
So the Stabicraft Ultra Cab. Okay, so what you've mentioned is that you want a boat that can go to both coasts.
Yep.
It's obviously got plenty of room.
Yep.
Why that cab configuration as opposed to their normal hard tops or any other pontoon boat for that matter?
Well, so I was watching their video. It's like 20 minutes long. They take it to Stewart Island. They launch at Bluff, and them and four mates take two of these boats and they blast across and they go hunting, they go fishing, they go diving, and they sleep on it for like 4 nights or something. And they can walk around the sides to the front. They shoot a deer off the front, and they can do their business off the back. And it just seems like a boat that can do everything, built for the pretty rough environment. And I thought, yeah, that actually ticks a few boxes.
I will give you that Stabicraft are an amazing boat with an amazing reputation, and for a Kiwi boat manufacturer like them to be selling internationally like they do, we've seen them in Alaska, Canada, you name it. I think that's fantastic, and I can't pick too many holes at that choice there. Apart from the looks.
Okay, and the price. Okay, you gave me $500,000, right?
Yeah.
You gave me $500,000. I've looked at them. I can get one with like 30 hours for like 225,000, or a brand new one, spec'd to the tits, for 250K.
That's what length are they? 22.
22.5 feet. Apparently, I can go for a 2750 if you want, but my little Rodeo won't be able to tow it that well.
Okay, I guess that's what you pay to play in that realm of boat.
Yeah, it's like 7 meters, isn't it? I'll double check. I can double check. But yeah, no, she's not a tiny wee chook. She's definitely.
So, what's the advantage of that ugly top?
The ugly top. The ugly top.
I'm pretty sure that's a patented name that they would use.
Well, that's a bit rough, man. Come on. They do call it a pilot house.
Yeah, look, I'm looking at your background, and there's the Inter-Island Ferry there, and I can see where they got the design influence from, if I'm honest.
Yep, spot on. Okay, you can be mean if you want, but I'm just going into it. 2250 Ultra Center Cab. Meaning walk around. Forward facing, yes. Length 6.85 meters. What else do we care about? and looks like it can hold a heap of people, lots of mates having heaps of fun, sleep in it too.
What's the rate, or how much fuel is on that boat?
Let's have a quick look at some stats. 300 litres.
Okay.
It's got a 2.5 metre beam.
Okay, is that not a problem then? 300 litres sounds like a lot, but for the sort of boat you're talking to go to the places you're talking about, with that configuration and the centre cab and all these things you're talking about, does that seem undercooked to you?
I don't know. Well, say we're doing like 30 litres an hour.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Simple maths.
Yeah.
Divide it by 30.
Is Christian quickly scurries to do that. Heaps. Yeah, scientific.
Yeah, 10 hours of non-stop cruising at like 30 knots.
Okay, it's not bad. Not bad.
Like non-stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we just do. So what is that? We're saying 30 knots. So it's like 10 hours at 30. What are we doing? Yeah, we're saying 300 nautical miles. That's pretty crazy.
That's when you put it like that. It's not so bad.
You know, like, yeah. Okay. But then you can take extra fuel, and like in this video, they did take extra fuel.
Yeah. Okay. Look. I have, like I said, but apart from the looks, I can't fault you too much there, which is actually quite a gentle start. I was expecting to sort of.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be ruthless.
Well, I suppose it's my turn, and I suppose it's your chance to return some fire. Now,
you're going to give me something obscure, so I need to be able to search it up while we're talking here. So
I'm sharing the screen with you there, so you can see it. Again, for listeners at home, make sure you are on our Instagram page at Unable Seaman, where we will be linking pictures to all the boats we're talking about. Now, the true boaties among you will, of course, know what we're talking about, but it is still cool to see what we're talking about, particularly for Christian's particularly ugly centre cab.
In lime green.
Yeah, lime green. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's no helping you. Okay, so is my screen sharing with you there?
No.
Okay, I will try that again. Listeners, talk amongst yourselves. This is our first podcast, so here we go.
Oh, holy stuck! Here we go.
Okay, now.
What is this?
Naughty tech. So for my first one, it was a yacht, and I wanted a yacht I could do everything with. Okay, now here's where I've gone a little bit over the $500,000 price.
Yeah, you have. You have a 40 and 46 foot. Yeah, okay. What's your budget here? Is this brand new or second hand? Like I'm already calling you out.
I'll put you a link to the website. Second hand, this one was about $600,000.
New Zealand, Australian, American?
New Zealand.
Well, pass it here. Come on, show me it.
Yeah. Now, I wanted a catamaran, 40-foot cat. You can do absolutely everything on it.
$600,000. 600. You do realise the budget was $500,000. 500,000.
It's just
you're
a little.
You're 100K. Look at all this other stuff in your playlist too. Dirty old Mercedes. What is this? Household equipment. What's this? Flame Encounter. Like, come on, man.
Don't give me a hard time about my Instagram, about my Trade Me watch list. Okay, so the 40-foot Naughty Tech. Here, have a look here. Okay.
Naughty Tech. What a name.
Yeah.
Naughty Tech. Oh, I'm so bad. I've never even heard of them. That's how good they are.
Beautiful open layout. Okay. You can take everyone. What's the worst thing about sailing?
Sailing?
Apart from being horrifically slow, what is the second worst thing about sailing?
You're on a boat that tips over all the time. And
exactly.
You've got, like, rags and stuff to put up.
It tips over and people don't like it.
This is funny. This is funny that we are power boaties, but actually in an earlier life, we were both sailors.
We were both sailors, and for the purists, and you and I consider ourselves purists, a single hull every time. But for a boat the size, you want to take people away, and you want to have the entertainment space.
I don't want my chips to tip over.
I don't want my chips to, and I also want somebody to stand out the back and have a beer. You can also fish. If I cannot see a single hull yacht that can do the same things this can do. Plenty of sail area, lots of performance. Okay, the sleeping arrangements, obviously you got to pick a hull. Okay, there's some things around that, but you're only going to sleep there. Beautiful big kitchen layout, indoor outdoor flow. Think of it like an apartment or a holiday home on the sea. Also
Okay.
really efficient to motor. You can motor quite quick with these as well.
Yeah, with their like 10 horsepower diesels on either side that rattle you to pieces.
Yeah, but fuel efficient.
Yep. Yep, I'll give it to you.
So that's my
Okay.
one. The
Okay.
I'd just like to do a quick honourable mention to the Lagoon 450, which is another catamaran, which I really liked as well. However, the Naughty Tech definitely had a nicer finish on it. The Lagoon wasn't my price.
Show me the one that you're actually looking at for 600,000. Like I'm seeing brand new boats here. I can't see this Naughty Tech. I want to see what I'm actually getting. Is this a Hurricane Ravaged boat? Because these look like $1 million boats. $1.18 million. They're great.
That's the bigger one. That's the bigger one. This is the 40 foot, okay, and it's 660,000. Okay, I've gone over.
Okay, yeah.
But look at it.
You might get it cheaper. Yep.
Look
Yep.
at it.
Beautiful. Go through photos. Lovely. Yes.
Look at
yes.
that.
Very
Indoor
nice.
outdoor float.
I like the clears on the side.
We'll put these pictures on our Instagram. Have a look. A great boat. A great boat.
I do really like. Yeah.
Put it this way. This is a yacht for people who don't really like yachts. And if I was, again, I'd won lotto, I want a boat that can do everything. You can fish off this, you can go away, and you can take non-yachties away on this. Heaps of room.
Okay.
You don't have anything nasty to say.
I do.
I've stumped you here.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Nice things first. I love the trampoline on the front. I think they're so cool. That's like quintessential catamaran sailing. A little wisp of wind going past your face and a dash of water every so often as it laps the side of the hull. Beautiful. Yes.
Are you
love it.
writing romantic fiction here? Or?
Yeah, I am actually. It's going to be my pastime if I don't have a job after this. And then we go to the back of the boat, and I really like that big center table, the huge like sun cover thing, and the cushions all around. Perfect for like having all your mates there and just talking shtuck. You might want to translate that for those other people. And then what I also like is the huge amount of space compared to a monohull, and it doesn't tip over. Give it to you. But here's the big but. This choice is disqualified because it's $660,000. Your budget was $500,000.
Get off that grass. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any cat for $500,000. Not anything you wanted to own anyway.
Okay.
Unless it was some old glass over ply thing that was built in.
Pass it here. Give me the reins. I will counter your cat.
Okay.
Or something that I chose. Okay, so just to confirm, my yacht with the Naughty Tech 40, Christian said it's disqualified. I think he's full of crap, and that is what I would buy with my $500,000/$660,000. $160,000 over budget.
Semantics. Okay, what is your next boat, Mr. Jensen?
Okay, let me see. How do I share my screen with this contraption?
Down the bottom, share screen with the green.
Oh, beautiful. Screen one. Jacob.
Listeners are going to be going, why didn't they sort this out beforehand? And
yeah.
You know, normal people would have, but Christian and I, we like a bull in a china shop.
We like to do things on the fly.
That's right. It's more exciting this way. Gives the listeners an insight into how you make a podcast.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Boom. 2010, is it pronounced Fontaine or something? Peugeot?
Fontaine Peugeot. Yeah. No, I know these.
Peugeot. Okay, yep. Look at the price, Jake.
How did you find that for that money?
Oh, I don't know if it's come from a cyclone struck in Bahamas or anything, but it doesn't matter. Just
to fill the listeners in here, and again, you can see the picture at Unable Seaman. Christian's found a 2010 Fontaine Peugeot Oriana 44. So 44.
Is that how you pronounce it?
It is how you pronounce it. It's a French word, Christian.
Peugeot.
476,000. You bugger. How did you get a good-looking cat for that sort of money? And 44 feet too. It's only a foot smaller. In fact, it's bigger than the Naughty Tech I was looking at. And you know the best part? I have $24,000 left in the budget to fix it up and go sailing. To buy a new sail, because what's up with that spinnaker?
Don't worry about it. Minor details. But
so
let's get back to
the listeners. Have a look at the spinnaker here. It's something I've never seen before. There's a black spinnaker. Then halfway through, there's a cutout with what looks like a parachute.
Yep.
Halfway up, a red parachute. Never seen that before. I'm going to say that is to encourage lift, but I've never seen that before.
I'm
That's
going
really
to say
interesting.
it's had a rip in it, and they thought they'd use some other coloured fabric.
Well, that's how he's saving his money.
Yeah, but hear me out. This is
Okay,
how I
sell it
found
to
the
me.
boat.
Sell it to the listeners.
Okay, I was like, man, I need to find a boat. My budget is $500,000. Should I say the budget again? How much is it, Jake? The budget?
Look, just move on. Move on.
$100,000. So I jumped onto Trade Me and I said, monohull sailboats. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. I'm going to go to a catamaran. So I went to catamarans and I searched highest to lowest price, and I went down my list until I hit $500,000. I got to page 38 of 300 and eventually found this, the only thing that looked half decent.
So
if we go into this.
No, but hang on. Straight away, I'm going to stop you there. So this isn't a boat. This is just a boat bought with no passion whatsoever. Absolute just price. You've typed price into Trade Me and you've gone, that's all I can afford. My one was an impassioned choice. A boat I liked.
Keep going. Yep. And it was overpriced and you were disqualified.
So
I took that passion and I said, I love monohulls and I have a budget to work with. I didn't know it was French and I didn't know it was pronounced Pajot, but that doesn't matter. I thought catamaran, and I thought these guys have seen them
in-depth
around.
analysis from the two boating experts, hence us making a boating podcast.
It's got beds, it's got heaps of beds, and it comes with some half-used shampoo.
It does come with some half-used shampoo.
It's got 3 double beds or berths or whatever you want to call them, which looks pretty decent. It's got a fake veneer timber kitchen that looks like a bathroom, but that's okay. You know, 2010.
You would buy from Bunnings and put into a student flat.
Yes. But it's still a boat.
The panel gap on that. Please tell me, this is second hand, isn't it?
This is it's 470. These things are like $1 million new.
Has it been pitch poled?
Don't know. I didn't actually read the details. I didn't think that was worthy of reading. So,
wow.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Look, I will. Again, I can't say too much about this because I have picked a cat. This is a much inferior product to the Naughty Tech. Okay?
I agree. I agree.
Yes, it becomes in budget, and I got to stop you there. First of all, you didn't even know the name for it. Okay.
No, didn't know the name.
But
I've heard of them before. But I have heard of them. I have heard of them.
Oh, well done, you. You've heard of them. This is a very used catamaran that you're paying good money for.
Yes. And yours was an overpriced catamaran, which got you disqualified. So give me your next boat, Jake. Give you a next boat.
Okay, so for the next boat, I went, and this is probably my favorite category, the weekend cruiser. Okay,
is
the
this
weekend cruiser.
Trailerable,
this is not trailerable, non-trailerable. Okay. Now, this was a very, very hard decision to make because
I can imagine all the boats out there to choose from. How would you ever do it?
Well, and it's my favorite type of boat, if I'm honest. There is so much out there. There is so much that's slightly bigger than, let's say we're talking sort of 40 foot, 10 meters, that size range here. There is so much on offer. And I'm going to say a lot of great New Zealand stuff on offer, which is really, really cool.
What I want you to do, show me the boat and don't tell the people yet, because I want to just have a quick look and see what I'm going to say.
Okay, I'm going to show you the boat, but there is a couple of honourable mentions in here. Okay, so I'll start with the boat that I actually chose. I'm now showing Christian as he wants to keep this a surprise, so he's going to take a look at it. You have nothing nasty to say about that.
This is quite a nice boat.
Yes.
And
for the listeners,
it's in budget.
It's in budget, yes.
Can I say how much it costs?
$349,000 for a Genesis 4000, the greatest boat ever made. Okay.
Yep.
I know Christian has nothing nasty to say about this, and if he does, he's full of it. And you have permission from me to turn this podcast off because he will be talking absolute shite. 40 foot,
Where are they made?
New Zealand made.
New Zealand made.
Perfect layout, fishing. They're hugely popular. Diesel engine. You can go anywhere in them. This is just the greatest boat. And for
where are they made in New Zealand, Jake? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Auckland, I believe.
I have no idea. That sounds good.
I'm sure someone's screaming at their radio now, going,
Come on,
maybe someone
guys, you meant
else.
to know
Yeah,
stuff
we're meant
about.
to know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Again, yeah,
No, we weren't. We rely on the users and abusers around us to inform us.
again, you can send your abuse to @unableseaman. Tell us how useless we are. This is the thing is with these boats is, okay, this is not a new boat,
Oh,
right?
what year is it?
This one is
It looks like a mid 2000s.
yeah, in mid 2000. I actually can't tell you that,
2010ish.
but $350,000. That is a lot of boat for the money.
How many hours has it got?
This one here,
890 hours.
890 hours. Which for those engines, they run forever. They're the Toyotas of the sea. These things.
I agree. It's got a Volvo. Great. Lots of people love them. People hate them. I don't know much about them. As long as they turn the key and they go, I'm happy.
Yes. Now
And it
again,
cruises. It cruises at like 30 knots.
it does. It does. A good boat, a quick boat, efficient,
Yep.
control from it, can do all the things. I want to move on from that because you have nothing nasty to say to some
That's
honourable
true.
mentions in this category. Most importantly, a boat that not many people will have heard of, and including my own good self before I did this search.
We were
And
both looking on the same Trade Me listing.
okay, K2 1050. It's a New Zealand built 10.5 meter luxury express, $499,000. So I have $1 left over
Perfect.
towards the diesel bill. This again, listeners, you will need to get on and have a look at these pictures. What an amazing boat! What a fantastic layout. I've got nothing nasty to say about this. Well, of course I don't, because I picked it. But I know you're not going to have anything nasty to say about it.
Can I just ask you, why did you pick this?
I'll tell you why. And
why do you like it? And why didn't it make it to first place? Because I actually like what I see.
It didn't make it to first place because it's slightly smaller than the Genesis. And the Genesis represented slightly better value for money. It's already taken that hit, the depreciation.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm looking at the actual layout of the boat, I believe the Genesis has a slightly nicer or slightly better laid out cabin.
If
you're looking at the interior of this, there's an L seat looking across to a kitchen, which is in the hardtop, which normally I like, but the layout in this, not to say it's bad, I just think the Genesis does it slightly better. I do like the bifold.
And it was $350,000 for a slightly longer boat, so you still got a bit of money to pay for upkeep and stuff like that.
This is all theoretical, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not even worried about that. But yeah, I like the sort of 2-story layout of the Genesis too. It was hard. It was a little bit like picking your favorite foot to stand on. Yeah, I like both my legs. I don't know about you.
I agree. And this K2, 1050, New Zealand built. Gotta love it. Gotta love the plug for New Zealand built at the moment. I think there's going to be one thing that comes out of this COVID lockdown is people are going to push local stuff, which is fantastic.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I really like on this boat. I'm actually going to say more about this than your first place.
Okay, go.
Because I don't know much about it, but I love the Dickies style hardtop lockup.
Yep.
For the window, so you can open it right up.
It's a bifold window and a bifold door there, just for our listeners.
Fantastic. Yeah, I really like how it's got that ray glass like duckboard, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then it's got the rod holders, which are fantastic. And then it's got 2 walkthroughs either side to get you on either side of the stern. That's That's a really, really, really cool boat.
Yes, I think it is too. I'm going to show you another one that was very close to another New Zealand-made boat, 10 meters.
Honourable mention, C.
Honourable mention. Now, one very important thing with this boat is it can fit on a trailer. Now, the trailer I'm looking at is a triple axle trailer towed by a Dodge Ram that would drink fuel, absolutely drink fuel.
It's the equivalent of a Ford F350. It's huge.
Now, at this size, it's 32 feet, 10 meters.
Are you talking about the boat or the truck?
I'm talking about the boat now, sorry.
The truck's huge.
The truck's even bigger. I think that's too big to trailer. I actually think it would be a total hindrance to trailer. But I do think that it's cool that they do offer that as an option, because someone with much bigger cojones than me would tow that round, and it opens up so many more boating possibilities, a bit like your Stabicraft mentioned earlier on.
The 1 or 2 boat ramps in New Zealand they could actually launch it at.
Yes. Now, reason I didn't choose this, we're looking at the interior shots now. Again, because they're working to those trailer measurements, of two and
It's
a
tight.
half meters. It's tight on the inside. It is a fantastic boat, though. But
Oh no, it's got the smuggler little bulge on the side.
it has the
Oh
smuggler
no.
bulge. Again, for those that don't know, we're talking about the smuggler, another New Zealand-made boat that has a rather hideous pontoon thing along the side, which looks like a swollen ankle.
Yeah, don't go for it.
But this boat, a lot of bang for the buck. Okay, 430,000 for a
Where are they
trailer.
made? Like a Chinese made thing, or New Zealand, or
Admiral's a New Zealand-made boat.
okay?
Made in Auckland, I believe. Okay, 430,000 is for the base boat. Okay, so there are some optional
So
extras.
that means you don't have a motor or a trailer.
You are unsure if the trailer's included in that, I will admit.
Good to know you've done your homework.
A boat I am going to surprise you with, though, the final mention for this category, and I know I'm taking a long time.
How many have you got, man?
It's a non-mention. It's a non-mention, even though I'm going to mention it, if that makes sense. And it's the Rayglass 3500. And I know people are going to be screaming at their radios going, why did you not pick that? Isn't that the obvious one? And I'll tell you why. It's ugly. Rayglass have such a fantastic design language all the way through their boats. You can look at their boat, and even as a non-boat person, you can go, that's a Rayglass. Okay, and with the 4000, they got that design DNA within the boat. The big boats still look like the daddy of the range. With the 3500, that's gone. And it's angular. I don't like the interior layout. When I just went for this category, I thought 3500 Rayglass, and the more research I did, the more I didn't like it. I fell out of love with it.
Yeah, man. I agree. But what things I do like, again, is that bifold window, bifold door. I love how the back seat, right at the back of the boat, can flip both ways with the bolster. That's pretty cool.
This is for the Rayglass?
Yeah, it's for the Rayglass.
Oh,
that's
look,
pretty cool, man.
It is not a bad boat. And please, for anyone listening, don't feel I'm saying it's a bad boat. I just think there's so many cool options. And I've given you 3 great options there.
Yeah, we are pretty fortunate, eh?
We're very fortunate. And I think Rayglass, for a company that's so big and has so much money behind them, they're owned by Brunswick, who own Bayliner and all these other companies who've got all that R&D money. They could have done better. So, yep. Rayglass, you are the sort of orphan of that group, unfortunately.
Orphan, ooh. Hey, but still good. And if you guys want to take us for a ride in your Rayglass to make us change our opinion on you, feel free to get in touch with us. We'll go for a spin, like a soft bait off it.
Or if you're a part of Rayglass's legal team, these are just our opinions. Please don't sue us.
Okay, Jake.
Okay, bro, stop sharing. I'm going to stop sharing. Back over to you. I know there's some big shoes to fill for you, mate. What's your next category?
Oh, man, I am so excited about showing you a boat. I am very, very excited because I have found a boat that only just goes over the $500,000 budget if we keep it in Australian dollars. So, what I have today for you...
Hang on. Weren't you just disqualifying me not a mere 10 minutes ago?
Okay, details, sir. It's okay, you know. Rules for you and rules for me. It's all good. So here we go.
To see what this is. I'm going to be... Oh, you bugger. Okay.
What have I got here, Jake? What have I got?
Bastard. Okay. For listeners, Christian has absolutely punched me in the guts here and picked one of my favourite boats, the Dickey Semi-Fly 32.
Yep.
An amazing New Zealand boat. Yep. Do you know what? You've made this podcast really tame because you've picked boats that apart from the hideous Stabicraft, you've picked boats that I really like.
Yep. And what year is it?
It's 2017.
And so how much is it?
$549,000 sail away. Now that's Australian dollars.
Yes.
Now the Australian economy is not that much flashier than ours, and this isn't an economic podcast.
Have a quick look, eh?
Can't tell you what it is. Quick look. I'm going to talk people through the boat here. Now, Dickey
1.06. Call it dollar for dollar at the moment, okay?
Okay, well done. That is impressive. That is very impressive then. Okay, how do you get it back?
I am going to motor it back.
for listeners, Christian and I tried to work out whether you could motor it was actually a 45-foot dickie from New Zealand to Australia. And it turns out you can't, which probably isn't a surprise for most people. You can get to Norfolk Island, though.
Yeah,
Now,
and then you're cooked. But
now,
this one here, beautiful, beautiful. Aluminium hull, painted deep, deep blue. Its name's Obsession. It's got a lovely duckboard off the back.
So
Admittedly, it's a little
for
bit
listeners,
high off
if
the
you
water.
want to get onto YouTube, this boat actually has a YouTube clip, I should say, associated with it. If you get on The Captain, which is a fantastic YouTube channel, tests all sorts of boats by a couple of young people who are as keen as us, but know a lot more than us.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a fantastic lap. I am gonna pick a couple of things though. I'm gonna pick away at two things.
Go for it. Go for it.
First of all, that duckboard is way too high. I would you can opt for a game transom with no duckboard, which I think is a waste of time, unless you're obviously massively into your game fishing. I would opt for a hydraulic sort of system where you can swim sort of into it. That's way too high for a family. That's got to be half a meter off the sea.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I'll give you that. Yeah, they could potentially drop it down a fraction.
Now, the other question or the issue I have with this boat is its length, 32 feet. Now, I'm going to put my opinion on this here. 32 feet is a prick of a boat to have that's non-trailerable. Okay, you can get up to about 28 foot. In fact, you can get even larger than that, as we've just seen a few minutes ago with the Admirable on a trailer. Okay, on a trailer gives you so many less headaches with having to find marinas, cost, etc. If you are going to go down that road of having a marina berth and anti-foul and all those things associated with having a boat kept in the water, why would you not go bigger than 32 feet?
Well, I'll answer that. I'll answer you right now. Because 32 feet, if we translate that into meters, is a bit over 10 meters, which is a very similar length to what we're looking at with all our other boats, in terms of power boats.
And another reason why I went for the Rayglass 4000, because I think that is justified to tie that up and all the cost associated with it. Where those other two I mentioned, the K2 1050, the Admiral, I should say, and the Rayglass even, are just stupid sizes.
Yeah, I agree. But my budget was, $500,000, and I just went over it a fraction and managed to still get probably one of the most highly spec'd and sought after aluminium boats in New Zealand.
You have, and it sounds like I'm having a downer on it because of the size, but this is the Dickies are a fantastic boat. They're great construction with their hugely fuel efficient plumb bow. The fuel burn from, correct me if I'm wrong here, Christian, the fuel burn from like 20 knots to 30 knots, there is zero change.
Yeah, it's pretty flat, apparently.
Massively efficient hull.
Is it like 2 litres a nautical mile or something? It's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous how fuel efficient they are. So for anyone who's looking to do some sort of long distance game fishing or long trips in the boat, or even just want to limit your time you have to spend at the diesel pump watching your money disappear into a hole, I think this is a really good choice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I do too. Hey, I just want to double check. Are we going to fact check all our stuff that we say here? Or are we just going to talk shtuck?
Mostly just going to make it up.
Okay, cool. That's good.
So if people have come here for genuine buying advice, God help them. And
yeah, there's none of that coming from my side of the
this is just our opinion on what we think of these boats, and hopefully people listening are enjoying hearing us talking about our opinions on boats. But now, yes, if you were going to buy a boat, please go to the dealer. Don't mention us. We don't need that sort of legal heat at the moment.
Nah. Now, Jake, I love a plumb bow.
You do love a plumb bow. Now,
I do love a plumb bow. What was that boat? What was that boat that I love that has a similar plumb bow and a beautiful rise, just like the Dickie?
I don't even know the name. To fill the listeners in, Christian showed me a boat. I'm going to call it a poor man's Dickie. Now, Dickie have done a fantastic job. They have made a plumb bow boat look good and make it really look traditional. There is a lot of scope to get this very wrong with the design. And I think what Dickie does well is they've got the the plumb bow, and then a beautiful sheer line that drops away. Christian
I'm
showed
just trying to
me
find it.
this boat, and I'm going to sort of fill in here while you try and find it.
Yeah.
The
Just
designer
give me a sec.
had obviously been in the bay, seen a dickie come in, had a few beers on the back of his boat, and whilst still intoxicated, thought, I can design one of them, and has just got it
Look at me.
horrifically wrong. Okay, and I feel bad because it is a New Zealand company, and it is in fact, some of the other boats in their range are really cool. So it's Innovision boats, and some of their trailer boats are fantastic. Again, looking
I'm
at
just going
some
to
of the
choose
stats,
one,
get on
for
their
example,
website, have
here.
a look at some of the stats
Yeah.
here. Really well-made boats, 10-year warranty, and quite a cutting-edge design, if you excuse the pun, with the plumb bow. But there is
I
one
really like
model.
these.
Yeah, so the 808 Explorer, which we're looking at now,
Yeah,
is not a bad-looking boat. They've got that one semi-right.
so you
But,
don't like that one. Oh, you're okay
bro,
with that one.
what's the lemon you showed me?
Well, this one here, I disagree. This is one that a guy purchased because he was living in the Marlborough Sounds or something like that there. He wanted a plumb bow to push him through the snot. And I think they did just perfect for him. I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah.
Is it the? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we
The
go.
656 Explorer.
Oh,
I love this thing. I think this is beautiful. And there are so many good things about having a plumb bow and this really rise shear line. All that volume in a trailer boat. You've got so much more volume.
Hang on, I'm going to stop you right
Waterline.
there. I am not arguing the plumb bow. I think the plumb bow can be done right. I'm
Yes.
arguing this boat has done it particularly poorly. They've mated a hard top off quite a stylish, rakish boat, like a
I would almost say
Dream or
sexy.
something, a beautiful 3-screen window. It looks really good.
Beautiful. Yep.
And mated it to this hull that
Yes.
goes up. So a hull, for me, the bow of the boat should be the high point and it should fall away to the stern.
Mm-hmm.
This goes up, then back down. And it's, I can't transfer how ugly this is
I'm sorry, man.
speech.
I'm not going to listen to you. I personally like this, and I reckon if I took you out for a ride in one, I haven't been in one personally, but I believe in this, and I think this is going to be an amazing boat in the rough weather. And think of all the space for the missions. This is a mission boat through and through.
Well, the thing is you're going to be in the rough weather and people are going to become sick, and you're going to assume it's seasickness, and it's not. It's going to be because looking at
listen to him. You reckon they're going to be sick from looking at it?
Well, I am.
Man.
I am.
Okay, on your way. Stop offending me with your remarks.
Again, I would like to say Innovision boats, apologies. This is only my opinion, and some of your other models, actually, I do like and would love to come and have a go on them. But that particular model, I'm sorry. I can't.
I mean, the 656, you don't like it.
656 Explorer.
I might one day just buy that just to spite you.
That is a big play just to rub it in my face. Okay, what's your next boat, bro? Is it?
You want my next one? You want me to give you another one?
What have we had so far? Oh, so you've had the Dickie. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I've had
all
the
over
Dickie.
the show, and I've just knocked my mic. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, righto. So this
man.
is my fishing boat. Okay, so if you can give me back the screen rights there, bro. My trailerable fishing boat. So I'm very excited. You learned to play the whatever that is. Now before you mention this boat, before you mention what this is, this is such a hard category. New Zealand.
Is this your boat? Is this your fishing boat?
Just let me finish, thanks. Okay, the listeners are sick of you talking over me.
I'm just gonna get a coffee.
The New Zealand boat market for large hardtop fishing aluminium boats is just absolutely flooded, and trying to pick one is like picking which one of your best friends you're going to take away. It's just too hard, or which one of the Spice Girls you'd sleep with. This and my pick here is surprising, Christian, and it's even surprised me, to be honest, because there's so much good stuff out there. I have picked the Everyman 10.8 sports cruiser at £295,000. Pounds. What do I say? Pounds. Dollars.
Dollars. Yeah.
Okay, it narrowly edged out the Extreme 885 Game King.
Yep.
The White Pointer, I can't remember, it was about 8.5 meters as well.
Yep.
And I'm also going to make an honourable mention for the Ramco 900, which was a good boat as well. But first of all, let's go back to the Everyman. Okay, 295,000 for a 10-meter hardtop. Okay?
You'll never ever put that on a trailer. That's not a fishing boat. We're going to fish one place, the Bay of Empty.
Okay.
Like what? Are you going to put it on a trailer and take it to the West Coast?
Yes, I know I did say trailer boat, and this can fit on a trailer, but much like the Admiral.
Towed by like a bloody, I don't know, a Unimog.
It is a lot of boat for the money.
Yeah, it's a lot of boat that can't jump on a trailer.
2 outboards with a split
10.8 meters.
A split outboard setup so you can get through the middle, so your outboards aren't taking up the transom.
Right, yeah,
beautiful centre-mounted bait station. Nice
like
big thick gunnels.
Yes, okay. Like that.
External toilet and shower, because your mates don't want to be going down with your fishy hands pulling up your beautiful squabs just to use the poo.
Agree.
Reasonable layout in the cockpit with a kitchen, a little bit agricultural. Do
you know what she reminds me of?
Okay, what?
An army tank. Like if I had a tank, right, and I didn't paint it, because this thing's just aluminium unpainted. That's what this is. This thing is a big.
It's bang for buck. It's bang for buck. I will accept it's a little bit agricultural in its finish. If I take you to the Extreme 885 Game King, 885, which is 2 meters smaller, for $296,000. Okay, now this is on a triple axle trailer. Beautiful example here. It's secondhand. Boat's called Dark Knight. Again, all the links for the pictures are on.
That's cool. And I agree that Everyman, what was it called again?
Yeah, Everyman.
10-meter thing.
Yeah.
Everyman 10 meter. Yeah, is a lot more boat for buck, but it's also a lot less trailerable.
Yeah. Now the Extreme. This particular example is a really highly spec example. It's got all the electronics you could ever imagine. Sea deck flooring. Extreme build a lovely finished boat. There's very little nasty I can say about them. I have experienced a 7.5 meter Extreme, and I will say the ride is not as good as other boats. Is how I'll put that politely. They definitely bang about in a bit of a seaway. This one being slightly bigger at 885, I can't comment. I've not been on it, but the 7.5, which is a big boat, did battle with a 10 to 15 knot, bit of a snotty breeze coming back from Mare Island once. Okay, so it concerned me for a boat that size. But
I would say my Sea Nymph, my V14-6 Sea Nymph from 1969, by the way, would probably push through the snot a little better. All 14 foot of it.
Okay,
let's go back to your first choice. I don't want no honourable mention. If I didn't make the first choice, I ain't got time for that.
Okay.
Give me back.
Yeah, I am going to look. There's not much more I can say. There's a lot of bang for buck, and I think for a fishing boat, I believe, you should buy the biggest boat you can buy within that price bracket. Okay, you're never going to complain with having too much size. Now, I know people are going to be screaming at their speakers going, well, what about things like you can't launch it by yourself, or the fuel cost or the cost associated with a boat that size? I get that. I totally get that. If that's
we've got to remember what this is. This is our $500,000. What would we buy?
Yeah, and if you want something that's easy to launch, buy a kayak.
Exactly. Or get what we've got, which we can afford.
Even then, mine's a prick to launch with its bloody carpet float-on system, but that's another podcast. This is a lot of bang for buck.
Yeah, I agree. Well, what's out there, I could picture that boat. I would have that parked up in the Mana Marina in Wellington or Porirua, or I'd be over in the Sounds, and I'd park it up in the Sounds over in Waikawa Bay and head off 2-3 nights a weekend with my missus and my mates.
Yeah.
I wouldn't invite you though, Jake. Not what you've been saying about some of my boats.
No, sorry, mate. It's all in jest. I will say one thing, and again, it sounds like I'm shooting my own thing here, but
Yeah, do it.
it is an outboard boat. I think for a boat this size, you'd be nuts to go outboard. I think you would go with an inboard stern drive if you were specking it.
I do agree with you in a sense there. Like having a diesel's cool. It's cheap to run, but then you get like one engine, one prop. You know what I mean? And then you've got the engine rumble. Diesel engine rumble is pretty hefty on the ears, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you've got two outboards way in the back of the boat there with like a solid stern piece almost protecting you from the sound, they're pretty quiet, eh?
Yeah, no, and these are Hondas, which are very quiet.
And reasonably fuel efficient, like 25 litres an hour each at cruising, roughly. So like 50 litres an hour. It's not too bad, you know.
For a big boat
Not
like
too
that.
bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pleased you've come in and seen my way of thinking. You wouldn't have expected that.
No, I didn't. Okay, I've had enough of yours now.
Yeah.
Let me give you mine.
Okay, so what's the category here?
This category here, you're going to love this. I'm going to take my lovely partner in, and we're going to have this boat parked up somewhere in Auckland, because a lot of our listeners, they'll be living in Auckland right now, and they'll be going, man, the Hauraki Gulf, beautiful, it's vast, everywhere to go. Lovely. So, picture this, right? I'm going to pick up the boat from West Haven or anywhere like that there. We've chock it up. We've got food and everything and all the naughty supplies you need for a weekend away. And I'm taking a boat. I hate to think. I'm going to take something classy. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. And we might end up in Waiheke Island.
Are you taking a fishing rod on this trip?
Yes, but it's not my main, do I say goal or purpose?
Purpose, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. If I put you down, here we go. Joker.
So you're taking your girlfriend away.
Mm-hmm.
You've thrown a fishing rod in more as just a just in case.
Well, yeah, like if we go past this, a workup or a...
So can I just point out that my boat of the similar category was a Genesis 4000, which you could do everything with. Okay, it's got the sexy lines that you could, take a girl down to the wharf and be impressed and go out in all the space for a weekend, but you can game fish from that. Can I just have that in the back of the listener's mind? Oh my God, what the hell is that?
This here is a 2005 Salthouse Corsair 44 for a cool 495,000. Salthouse, beautiful New Zealand name, has a fantastic history. This boat is, again, like I said, 2005. It's got an inboard diesel with 315 horsepower, 1,450 hours on the clock. It is 43.95, so basically 44 foot long, which is 13.4 meters. This puppy here is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It looks like a garden shed that's been poked on top of a hull.
Don't be like that. This boat here has class. Look,
now,
picture that.
I know Salthouse do some good-looking boats.
Yes.
This is not one of them.
Yes, they do. This is one of them, did you say?
This is not one of them. This is
one of them. This is one of them. Picture that.
I like the layout. I'm not going to lie. I like the transom layout.
Yep. It's not 3 kilometers off the waterline. It's got a cage, so you can do some deep drops with the boys. Yeah. It's got lovely sun window things on the roof to let all that beautiful natural light in. This is a classy boat, man. Let's go back a photo. Beautiful table in the back there, covered in, and it's got the extendable sunshade, chairs.
It's the sort of boat. It's the sort of boat you could take your girlfriend away, and if her parents knew anything about boats, let's say they were a boating family, the dad would give you like a reassuring nod if you turned up with this.
He'd go, "You know what you're doing."
Yeah, I mean, it's in my eyes, it's still hideous. It's still ugly. And it looks a little homemade.
Oh, that's rough, man. That's rough.
Look, I'm just being honest. I'm just
okay.
Genesis is just
this is
2005.
This is 2005, man. This is 15 years ago. Like, come on, this is not bad. This is beautiful.
Genesis is old as well.
Yep.
But it was designed by someone who had taste.
And I do.
This was designed by someone who had a set square and wanted to use it.
And yeah, I would disagree. I do love the Aston
Look at
Martin
this.
tan.
Look at
Yes,
that little galley.
yes,
That's a one-person galley.
yep, yep. Well, because Chelsea is going to be in the water in the back, enjoying lapping up all the lovely sun rays, and I'll be there cooking a nice spag bowl or something.
So you're doing the cooking in this situation.
Yes, yes, I am, because I am treating her to a lovely weekend away.
That says a lot
It
about
only needs
you
to be room for one.
and a lot about the boat you have chosen, Christian Jensen. I would take the Genesis, heaps of room in the kitchen, and I would be at the back fishing because I can fish off mine because there's actually room to fish off it.
Oh, ouch, ouchy
Whilst,
squelch.
whilst
Oh,
the
someone's
meal
a
is
bit.
prepared for me.
Well, the meal is. You'll probably get pre-made meals, KFC, babe. Oh, look, that's two motors. I didn't know that.
Look,
Okay, who cares about?
as a weekender, and from what you've described, I can definitely see why you've chosen it. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I encourage our listeners to get on our Instagram at Unable Seamen to have a look.
I don't encourage them to waste their time in such a way. Like, far
So
out.
even you know it's ugly. That's a big sign, ladies and gentlemen. That
I
even
am not
Christian
talking
thinks
about the. I'm not talking about the boat. I'm talking about purely about our shit chat.
But the inside is really nice layout. Look, I can see why you have chosen that boat. That is a very nice weekend boat.
Yep.
It's just ugly.
Okay.
I just think when you're spending that sort of money, why not have something that's beautiful? Why not have something that when it's anchored in a bay full of other boats and you've gone ashore and you're looking back, that stands there and the others are going to go, oh, and that just doesn't give me that fizz. It's just a nice boat.
This here, I would describe as a classy lady in a red dress.
No, I disagree, because a classy lady in a red dress is something who walks in a room and everyone stops. Okay, that's your
Yes,
Genesis.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Beautiful, sexy
You've got
lines.
you got the senorita that comes up and she's like, yeah, I like you. That's what a Genesis is.
This is the librarian.
Oh, the girl next door. Okay, okay.
Glasses
On your
on.
way. Next one. Give me your vote. I'm stopping this.
Okay. Now, my final category is a day boat, and this is a trailerable day boat.
Did you say a gay boat?
A gay boat, not a gay boat, a day boat.
A day boat. Okay.
A day boat. Okay. Again, we're very lucky in New Zealand. We have so many good trailer boat manufacturers. I stuck with fiberglass for this because I believe for a day boat, it should be able to do things like water skiing, wakeboarding, taking people out to a nice beach, obviously lakes or the sea. So I stuck with a fiberglass boat for this.
Can I just say, in terms of fiberglass boats, we are so lucky, like you say, and we're actually more fortunate than Australia. Australians, I'm really sorry for the people out there listening. You guys have some pretty average boats, eh? I can see why we export our stuff.
What were those ones you showed me?
Oh man, I can't even remember. They were like, you tell us about yours, and I'll just find it.
Okay, so my winner, and this is a boat that Christian and I have both lusted after for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Huntsman Excalibur. Why do we like this boat? We love this boat because it's a fantastic fiberglass hull, a lot of room, but it's the only boat in this size category, okay, being 7.5 meters, that has an inboard stern drive, okay, which gives you so much swimming room through the back. It actually extends the boat. So a trailer boat can be 6 meters or whatever, and you have your outboard on the back with an outboard well. Now that is all space you can't use. You have a swimming ladder each side, which you can get on and off. Okay, and something American boats do really well with their stern drive driven boats.
And like wake boats as well.
Wake boats. Again, American have that area at the back with a big full-length swim platform, a full-width swim platform, and somewhere to hang out. This is the only New Zealand-made boat that I know of that does that. But yet it still has that practicality, whereas the American boats have sort of sun lounges or rather silly things that with 4 million cup holders. This has still got that Kiwi flavour, and it still could be used for fishing. Still would be good on a snotty afternoon coming home, but your access to the water and the feeling of size because of that access, you cannot beat this boat.
Okay. I'll give it to you. It's a beautiful boat, and it's based on their 7-meter Crusader, correct?
Yeah, it's basically a Huntsman Crusader with a stern drive.
Yep.
Now,
And
again,
what they've done is they've taken a, like, I agree, and this is my only gripe, is yes, that space is beautiful and I love it, and I love the stern drive and all that, and I think it's a fantastic boat. It's sort of like a really hot chick with a slightly oversized nose.
come again? So,
Like a really hot chick, and she's just got a big nose. You look at that photo there. Go back one photo. You've got this beautiful front to this boat, and then there's this like big nose off the back.
it's the swim platform.
Yeah. Like, hey, I dig it. I like it, and it's hot. It's cool.
I'm going to disagree. There is no angle that boat doesn't look good from. And
Well,
it's such a underrated boat. I bet you 90%
totally
of
agree.
the public who go and buy a trailer boat this size don't even know what a Huntsman is. They go straight to Buccaneer, straight to Tristram, or straight to Haynes Hunter and buy the generic boat. I do want to mention
these are really good. Yeah. Well, mention where these are made. These are made in Christchurch.
These are made in Christchurch. And I want to mention, Christian and I have actually toured the Huntsman factory and met Jeff Robinson, the CEO there, who took us through, showed us the new model, the Centurion.
Yep, showed us your old model.
Yeah, showed us lots of different boats. And I do want a couple of honourable mentions here in this category, and I've already touched on one. The Haynes Hunter SF 6000.
Yep.
One of the most popular boats.
600, isn't it? SF 600?
600, I should say. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
There's just nothing wrong to say about them. They're well made, and if you want money, basically, if you have money to buy a boat, people go and buy them, which is exactly why I wouldn't have one.
Yep.
The other one, and I am contractually obliged to only say nice things about these boats anyway, but luckily in this case, the Tristram 690 Cabriolet.
Oh, yes.
Big
contractually obliged to only say nice things. Carry on. Well, that's for another story.
Yeah, that's another story. But 690 was an almost 7-meter bow rider. Okay, I think that is a really, really cool boat for that. So a lot of bow riders we associate with sort of little American bayliners or sea rays or that sort of thing. For a big boat with a nice high bow, so that you can still sort of handle the Hodaki Gulf Trop or wherever you are, even Lake Taupo can get pretty nasty. That is a boat with a lot of room and a really, really good layout. The thing that pushes the Huntsman above that though is the stern drive and that swim platform. You anchor in a bay,
and let's not go past the price, man. Like 115 grand.
Yeah, and that's like ready to roll.
Boat. Yeah, it's a mean boat.
Yeah, that's I dig that. And
yeah, we need to plug that more because I think that is a brand that is, like you say, totally underrated, and they make a really, really cool product.
Yeah. I am going to a little slight disclosure here. My parents do have a Huntsman, unfortunately not a Excalibur. They have a Series 6000, which is the slightly smaller version. So I have spent a lot of time, slightly older version too. Yeah, and I have spent a lot of time on that boat, obviously, in that hull, and I can speak very highly of their seakeeping abilities, but that had nothing to do with the choice here. I just think that layout for families and for day boating cannot be beaten.
Well, didn't I, when you came down to Christchurch when I used to live down there, we saw one, didn't we, in the flesh, an Excalibur?
We did.
Yeah. And we were like, man, this is pretty sick. That had a Bravo twin prop or whatever it's called on it. The Mercruiser 4.3, 4.3 V6.
Yeah, look, great for towing wakeboards and stuff. And I think it takes balls, to be honest.
Especially to be so different,
to be different for a small New Zealand boat builder where, things they need to move units to stay alive. To produce something different like this, I think takes balls, and I think it's good on them. And I wish them all the best with this model. It's been around for a wee while now, and Jeff, if you're listening, if I had a spare $114,000, I would certainly be knocking on your door.
I think I'll agree with you there. It's one of those boats that, even though it's not aluminium, and my partner, she's an aluminium girl, I would say, let's get one, because it would keep her happy.
That's right. Aluminium girl, how does that work in the bed?
Yeah, not that good, eh? Not that good when we get into fights. It hurts a little.
Anyway, moving on before we
Next,
get
yeah,
ourselves
yeah,
into a
we're
problem.
probably running out of time. I don't know how long we're going for.
Yeah,
What are we at the
well,
moment?
I don't know. I absolutely know. That's my last sort of the normal boats. I do have one last thing I want to mention, but I'm gonna let you have. You got one more boat to talk about?
Well, I've shown you so we have the Dicky, the Staby, however you pronounce that Pajot thing. Is it Fontaine?
Fontaine
The
Peugeot.
Salt House. Now, I'm going to give you a choice because this is where it gets tricky for me. Do you want an Alan Wright or a Riv as my final boat?
Riviera is quite generic. I think most of our listeners will know that Rivieras are fantastic boats. So let's go with the Alan Wright, a lesser known product,
Yep,
and let's explore why you've picked this. They were catamarans, if I'm.
they are cats. They are cats. They're pretty popular, eh? Like for a few
Mm.
people. This is an older girl, so let's pull it up.
And also, they're New Zealand built, if I'm
I think
correct
they
in
are.
saying that. I'm pretty
I
sure they
think they
are,
are.
whereas opposed to Riviera, bloody Australians. So, yeah, let's go with
Ooh,
that. Yeah.
okay, let's go to watch list. Heaven forbid. Actually, it won't even be in my watch list. This is where I've been really well prepared, as we've
No.
seen in many other times.
Well, that's fine. Just so Christian just given a recap of his boats there. I'm just going to quickly recap mine. So the ultimate yacht, was the Naughty Tech 40, which Christian tried to disqualify for being slightly over budget at 660,000. My weekend cruiser was the Genesis 4000, which I just absolutely adore and won't have a nasty thing said about it. I'll just quickly honourable mention in that category, a Bayliner Sierra. You can get a boat for about 35 foot, I think it was, for about $30,000.
Come on,
Okay, I just thought I'd slide that in there. Yeah. Christian
come on.
didn't at all. The fishing boat was the Everyman 10.8 Sports Cruiser, which Christian moaned couldn't go on a trailer. And my day boat was the Huntsman Excalibur.
Yeah,
and
not
now
bad.
Christian's about to talk us about an Alan Wright.
So this is a pretty well-known boat design.
Yeah, I can't see anything, by the way.
Oh, you can't see anything? Here we
No,
go. So let's just
you do
get
have to
this
share
back
that
up
with me.
here. Share screen. Screen one. Boom. Here we go. Get in there, mate. Get in there. 2003 Alan Wright Powercat, $450,000. It's 12 meters, so 40 foot, and has twin inboards, diesels. She is 4.5 meters wide and has a fuel capacity of heaps. What more do you want? So,
yeah, I like that. It's what year is
picture
this?
this.
2003.
2003. So it's a bit dated, but you've got all that room up the bow to throw like bean bags and stuff and just chill out in the sun. Then you've got a fry bridge at the front, up the top, hide up there, do your game chasing or whatever you want to do, chasing big. Just sit up there and get, rolled around in a nasty chop. Then you got your main steering area. It's cool. And then the back of the boat, there's heaps of room in the back of the boat. Again, a kitchen that's probably on the small side, but still pretty reasonable.
It's definitely 2003, but yeah, a lot of boat for the money.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think this is pretty choice, eh? I get the vibe when I look at it because it's an older boat. It's sort of designed for two people, even though it's 40 foot. Like you look at the table set up for dining, and it's like a little triangular thing.
For an older couple sort of style.
Yeah. And it's a real shame because that could easily be like a family would sit there and really enjoy that. But anyway, besides the point, this guy's getting into the details. Let's just try and get down to some photos of the outside. Man, there's a lot of photos of the inside here, eh?
Yeah, with that split table setup, that twin table.
It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Man, okay, cool. You've got a tide clock. Good on you.
Yeah, there's definitely pipe boomers.
Yeah. Oh man, this is okay. I can't even show you a photo of the back of the boat because the guy decided it wasn't important. That's like selling a house to a man and having no photos of the garage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, you get the idea. It's pretty choice.
I do like it. I think there's better out there in terms of if we're just looking at this boat, forget everything else. I think that is a lot of boat for the money, $449,000.
40 foot.
40 foot.
How many people does it sleep? Must sleep heaps.
And as we know with cats, fuel capacity 1,100 litres. So for most New Zealand boaters, if we're going away for the weekend or the sort of 3 weeks over the summer break, that is everything you need. And being a cat, really, really stable. You do lose a little bit of area downstairs, which I'm sure the Riviera we were talking about earlier would probably kick its butt in.
Yeah, but the problem is, like with a boat, would you rather have area downstairs or deck area, right? And it's like that way up. You go,
yeah, and I know with one of my choices earlier with the Naughty Tech, I went for that deck space. And again, that's what a cat gives you. A cat gives you so much fantastic deck space.
And stability.
And fuel efficiency. You do pay for it with your sleeping quarters, though.
Look, and often you need, like these things, you need like bigger berths and stuff because they're huge.
Yeah, look, not a bad choice. I don't have too much in the way of criticism for that one, unlike some of your other choices today, which have been absolute shockers.
Come on. Okay, so let's wrap it up. You like it? You don't like it? Would you have it? I've found your boat.
I have nothing nasty to say about it, but no, I would not have it. For that money, I think there's better out there. I think I agree with you that it's probably only suited for 2 people, just the way some of the seating is laid out, quite a small galley for a boat that size. For 40 foot, I think you can do better. But if we got the keys for the weekend and it was just my girlfriend and I, or you and I going away for
that's romantic, man. You and me.
Yeah, look, hey, let's start a rumour. Look, I would not be adverse to going out on that. Unlike your ugly Stabicraft, which I wouldn't want to be seen within a nautical mile of.
Ooh. Hit me in the guts. Okay, all right. Give me your boat. Give me your final boat.
Well,
give me your
final. So my final boat is just my ultimate boat. I thought, and it's going to sound silly because I've picked a boat from every category that I would have. But if I actually won Lotto, if I actually won the big time and had to stick to that budget, because my girlfriend said, look, we've won $5 million, you're only spending $500,000 on a boat. I would go out tomorrow and without even second guessing myself, order a Dickie Custom 800.
Yep.
And I've spoken about so many other fantastic boats today, and to be fair, so have you, even a couple of dogs in there. And I hope your listeners at home have enjoyed hearing us talk about some of these boats. Again, it's only our opinion, and I'm sure you guys have your opinion on what you would spend as well. And 100% get in touch. We want to hear what you would spend with your $500,000. Christian, just quickly, have you got an ultimate boat like me?
Oh man, do you know what's funny?
Or if you had to pick one from your collection there, what would it be?
Well, do you know what's funny is I had a Dickie on my list. I had that in playing this game here. I had the 32 semi-fly, and I thought, man, that's pretty cool. And instead of the Staby, I was actually going to go for a 750 Dickie or an 800. But I decided I couldn't have 2 Dicks in my list. So yeah, my ultimate boat, if I could trailer it, because I like to pull my stuff around.
You do, yeah.
Would probably be a 750, 800. They're just freaking cool, man.
I 100% want to stress to our listeners at home, we did not rehearse that. I did not know you were going to choose that. And that's been the surprise of today, is that we've both taken quite a different approach at this in finding our ultimate boat. Very interesting that we've both picked the Dickie 800.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I'd be happy with even the one that's a fraction smaller, but mint.
Yeah. So Dickie Boats, if you're listening, you've got 2 huge fans here. We would love to come onto your boats at some point and have a go. Just a cheeky request there. Righto, to sum up then. So we've both picked the Dickie 800. I've picked 5 fantastic boats which you should go out right now and look at. Christian's picked maybe one that you will cast your eye over, and 4 dogs, as per usual. Thank you, all our listeners, for joining us. Okay, it has been our first podcast, so a little bit stop-start at times, and bear with us. We are intending to do monthly episodes with a different topic each time. Hopefully, we're going to include a little bit more fishing content. Obviously, we haven't done that today because we're in lockdown, and I've forgotten what a fishing rod looks like at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, once again, thanks. Please share this with someone who you think might be into or is into boats or fishing or
Or doesn't have anything to do for the next hour.
maybe someone from the deaf society, or, someone unemployed with a lot of time to fill. Thank you for your support. Please make contact with us at one more time at Unable Seaman, and we shall see you in a month's time. See you later, Christian.
See you, mate. Bloody good.